The Lennox furnace is 23 years old, and I replaced the heat exchanger myself in 2019. I'm thinking about this because thinking about the furnace means I'm not thinking about the emergency broadcast that cut through the Vikings game 7 minutes ago. Liam's still staring at the TV even though it's just the blue emergency screen now. He's 12. He's wearing his cousin's jersey, the purple one, number 8, the one his mom got him before she moved to Duluth with that pharmacist. Dad, what's temperature anomalies mean? Don't know, bud. I'm at the window. The Silverado's already got 4 inches on the hood, and it's only been snowing since 2 o'clock. Highway 53's 15 miles south. Cell tower's 10 miles east, and my phone's showing 1 bar. Liam's phone is on the kitchen counter charging. No bars. The broadcast said stay indoors. Report temperature anomalies or behavioral shifts. The crawl at the bottom repeated Aitkin County, Itasca County, St. Louis County. We're in Aitkin. The cabin's on Serpent Lake, North Shore, the part where nobody builds because the road doesn't get plowed until the county gets around to it. Usually that's 3-4 days after a big snow. Can I text Mom? Try it. He's already trying. His face does that thing, mouth tight, eyes down. Message failed to send. He tries again. I work for Morrison Mechanical in Grand Rapids. 26 years. I know furnaces, boilers, ductwork, thermostats. I know when a system's working and when it's lying to you. The Lennox is working, holding at 68. The wood stove's going too. I loaded it with birch before the game started. The cabin's 700 square feet. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, main room with the kitchen on one end. Liam sleeps on the pull-out couch when we're up here. I built the place in 2003 with my brother-in-law. He died in 2011. Snowmobile went through the ice on Woman Lake. The wind's picking up. I can hear it under the door, through the window frames. The cabin's well insulated. I did that myself, blown in cellulose, R49 in the attic. But wind like this finds every gap. Dad. Liam's voice is different. There's someone outside. I'm at the window before he finishes. He's pointing at the driveway. There's a shape near the woodpile. It's moving wrong. Not stumbling like drunk. Stumbling like cold. The shape, it's a person, has to be, is wearing a jacket but it's not zipped. The person sits down in the snow next to the woodpile. Just sits. Stay here, Dad. Stay here, Liam. I'm putting on my Carhartt, my sorrels, my hat. Gloves. The Remington 870 is in the closet, but I don't touch it because I'm not that guy yet. Not yet. The thermometer outside the door reads 6 degrees. Wind chill's going to be 20 below, maybe 30. The person by the woodpile isn't moving now. The snow's up to my shins. The wind's coming from the north, off the lake, and it's the kind of cold that finds your face even through a beard. The person's a woman, maybe 30. She's wearing jeans, a flannel shirt under a North Face jacket that's hanging open. Her boots are sorrels like mine, but they're unlaced. Her face is red, too red. Her lips are pale. I'm shouting over the wind. Ma'am, can you hear me? Her eyes open. They're not focused. She smiles. That's what gets me. She smiles like I told her a joke. I'm fine, she says. Her voice is quiet but clear. I'm good. Really warm. You're not warm. You're hypothermic. We need to get you inside. No, I'm burning up. She unzips her jacket the rest of the way. Starts pulling it off. Too hot. I grab her arm and she's hot. Not cold. Hot. Like fever hot. But her lips are pale and her face is that red you get from vasoconstriction. I work with HVAC. I know what cold does to the body. This is cold. But she's burning up under my hand. Ma'am, I'm taking you inside. You're going to die out here. She pulls away. Strong. Stronger than she should be. I need to cool down. I was in the car, but it was too hot. I walked here to cool down. Where's your car? She points toward the road. Toward the dark and the snow. How far did you walk? I don't know. A while. I'm so hot. I get my arms under hers and I lift. She fights me. Not hard but steady. She keeps saying she's hot. She keeps trying to take off her shirt. I'm half carrying, half dragging her to the cabin. Liam opens the door and the heat hits me. The furnace and the wood stove both going, and the woman screams. Actually screams like I'm hurting her. Too hot. God, too hot. Please. Liam's face is white. He's backing up. Get blankets from the bedroom. Now. He runs. The woman's thrashing. I get her inside and shut the door and she's crying now, saying she's burning. Her skin is hot to the touch but her lips are pale. Her fingernails are pale. I know hypothermia. I've seen frostbite. This is both. This is cold killing her while her brain tells her she's burning. Liam, start the shower. Lukewarm. Not hot. Lukewarm. Okay. The woman's on the floor now. She's pulled off her jacket and she's working on her shirt. Her hands are shaking but she's determined. I grab the blankets from Liam and I'm trying to wrap her but she's fighting me. Ma'am, listen to me. You're hypothermic. Your body's confused. You're cold. You're freezing. You need to warm up slowly. I'm not cold. She's screaming it. Her breath smells wrong. Sweet. Like ketones. Like her body's eating itself for warmth. Liam's in the bathroom doorway. Shower's ready. I get the woman up and she's dead weight. Liam helps me. We get her to the bathroom and I'm trying to get her under the lukewarm water with her clothes on because I'm not undressing a stranger in front of my son. She's screaming the whole time. The water hits her and she screams like it's boiling. She tries to climb out. Liam's behind me saying something but I can't hear him over her screaming. Then she stops. Just stops. Her eyes roll back and she collapses in the tub. I catch her head before it hits the porcelain. Dad, she passed out. That's good. That's better. I don't know if it's better. Her pulse is there. Fast. Too fast. Help me get her out. We wrap her in blankets. All 4 blankets from the bedroom. I carry her to the pull-out couch. Liam's pulled it out already. We lay her down and I'm checking her pulse again. Still fast. Her skin's still hot, but her face is still that red. Her breathing's shallow. What's wrong with her? Hypothermia. Bad hypothermia. Her brain can't tell she's cold. Why not? I don't know. The TV's still on the emergency screen. The crawl says stay indoors. Report temperature anomalies. Avoid contact with individuals showing paradoxical undressing behavior. Paradoxical undressing. That's what it's called when hypothermia victims strip naked because they think they're burning up. I know this because I took a wilderness first aid course in 2007. The instructor said it happens in the late stages, right before death. But this woman, her skin's burning up. That's not normal hypothermia. Liam's reading the TV crawl. Dad, paradoxical undressing. That's what she was doing. I know. It says avoid contact. I know. You touched her. I'm washing my hands in the kitchen sink. Hot water. Dawn dish soap. The kind that kills bacteria. I scrub for 30 seconds. Then I wash again. I had to. She was dying. The TV says avoid contact. Liam. I'm drying my hands on the dish towel. The one with the Minnesota Vikings logo his mom got from Target. She was dying. We couldn't leave her out there. He's looking at the woman on the pullout. She's not moving, just breathing. Is she going to be okay? I don't know, bud. My phone buzzes. 1 bar became no bars became 1 bar again. Text message from emergency alert system. Severe weather quarantine in effect. All residents shelter in place. National Guard deployed to affected counties. Do not attempt to leave your home. Report any temperature anomalies or behavioral shifts to authorities. There's a number to call. I try it. No service. I try 911. No service. Can we watch something else? Liam's voice is small. I change the channel, but it's all emergency broadcasts. All of them. Every channel. NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. Even the local access channel that usually shows church services. All emergency screens. How about a movie? Okay. I put on The Empire Strikes Back. Liam's seen it 20 times, but it's his favorite. He sits on the floor in front of the wood stove. I add another log. The Lennox is still holding at 68. The woman on the pullout is still breathing. Shallow. I'm thinking about the heat exchanger I replaced in 2019. How the old one had a crack. How carbon monoxide was leaking into the system. How you couldn't smell it or see it, but it was there. Killing slowly. I'm thinking about this because I'm not thinking about the woman's skin burning hot while her lips turned pale. I'm not thinking about the emergency broadcast saying avoid contact. I'm not thinking about how I carried her inside and touched her skin, and now I'm washing my hands for the third time. The wind hits the cabin. Hard. The lights flicker but stay on. We have a generator, but it's in the shed. 50 feet from the door. I filled it before the game. 30 gallons in the Silverado's bed. That's enough for a week if we're careful. Liam laughs at something on TV. The woman on the pullout makes a sound. Not a word, just a sound. I check her pulse again. Hot. Outside, the snow keeps falling. The woman wakes up at 9:47 p.m. I know because I'm watching the clock. Have been for 3 hours. Liam fell asleep during Return of the Jedi around 8:30. I covered him with my sleeping bag. He's on the floor by the wood stove because the pullout has the woman. When she opens her eyes, she doesn't scream. She looks at the ceiling. The rough pine boards I stained in 2004. The light fixture with the frosted glass shade. Her breathing's still fast. Where am I? My cabin. Serpent Lake. You were outside. In the snow. She turns her head. Looks at me. Her eyes are clearer now. Blue. I walked from my car. How far? I don't know. Mile? 2 miles? I had to get out. It was so hot. Your car's heating system malfunctioned? She sits up. The blankets fall away. She's still in her damp clothes, the flannel, the jeans. The heat was inside me. I was burning up. I had to get out. You have a fever? I don't know. Maybe. I went to the clinic yesterday. Flu symptoms. They gave me Tamiflu. Sent me home. When did the hot feeling start? Last night. Around 10. I took my temperature. Normal. 98.6. But I felt like I was burning. I opened all the windows. It's 6 degrees out and I had all the windows open. She's talking too fast. The words are tumbling out like she's been holding them in. Her hands are moving, gesturing. Her fingernails are still pale. Then this morning the TV said stay inside. Quarantine. I tried to call the clinic but no one answered. I tried to call my sister in Duluth but the call wouldn't go through. So I got in my car. I thought I'd drive to the hospital in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is 40 miles. I know, but I had to do something. I couldn't stay in the house. It was too hot. Even with the windows open, it was too hot. Liam shifts in his sleep. The woman looks at him. Is that your son? Yeah. Liam. How old? 12. She nods. Swallows. I have a daughter. Gwen. She's 8. She's with her dad this week. In Minneapolis. That's good. Minneapolis is probably. Is it? Her voice cuts through. Is it good? The TV said 3 counties. What if it's more than 3 counties? What if it's everywhere? We don't know that. What do we know? She stands up, stumbles. I catch her arm and she's still hot. What do we know except stay inside and report temperature anomalies? What the fuck is a temperature anomaly? I think it's what you have. She looks at me. Really looks. Her face is still red. Flushed. I'm infected with something. I don't know. You do know. That's why you're standing 6 feet away. That's why you keep looking at your son. You think I'm contagious. I don't answer. The wood stove crackles. A log settles. What's your name? She asks. Russell Vega. Russ. Natalie Erickson. I teach 3rd grade at Woodland Elementary in Aitkin. I've lived in Minnesota my whole life. I know cold. I know what hypothermia is. And I'm telling you what I felt out there wasn't hypothermia. It was burning. From the inside out. But your lips were pale. Your fingernails were pale. Those are signs of cold. I know. But I felt hot. I felt like my skin was on fire. Paradoxical undressing. It's a symptom of late-stage hypothermia. Your brain gets confused. You feel hot when you're actually freezing. I've been teaching for 9 years, Russ. I know about paradoxical undressing, but this wasn't that. This was real heat. Inside me, I could feel it in my blood. She walks to the window, looks out at the snow. It's still falling. The wind's still blowing. The thermometer outside reads 4 degrees now. How long was I outside? Don't know. I found you around 5:30. I left my car around 3. 2.5 hours in 6-degree weather with your jacket open. I should be dead. Yeah. She touches the window, her palm flat against the glass. I'm still hot. Right now. I can feel it, like a furnace inside me. I take the infrared thermometer from the kitchen drawer, the one I use for checking ductwork temperatures. I point it at her forehead. What's that? Thermometer. Infrared. It's for HVAC work, but it reads skin temperature. What's it say? I pull the trigger. The reading comes up, 104.7 degrees Fahrenheit. That's wrong. She takes it from me, points it at her palm, pulls the trigger. 105.2 degrees Fahrenheit. That's impossible. Fever of 104 is dangerous but not impossible. I feel fine. I feel hot, but I don't feel sick. Nothing. I take the thermometer back, point it at my own forehead. 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Point it at Liam sleeping on the floor. 98.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Point it back at Natalie. 105.3 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going up, she says. Her voice is flat. The thermometer could be wrong. Infrared reads surface temperature, not core temperature. Do you have a regular thermometer? Yeah. I get it from the bathroom. The digital one. The kind you stick under your tongue. I hand it to her and she puts it in her mouth. We wait. It beeps. She takes it out and shows me. 103.9 degrees Fahrenheit. I should be having seizures at 103. I should be unconscious. But I'm standing here talking to you and I feel fine, except I feel like I'm burning alive. She sits down hard on the pullout. The springs creak. The clinic. Yesterday, there were 6 other people in the waiting room. All flu symptoms. All waiting for tests. You think. I think something's going around and it's not the flu. I think that's why the TV says quarantine. I think that's why they deployed the National Guard. The broadcast said behavioral shifts, temperature anomalies, plural. That means other people have this. How many other people? Enough to quarantine 3 counties. She puts her head in her hands. Her shoulders shake. She's crying but quiet. I don't move. Liam's still asleep. The wood stove crackles. The Lennox kicks on. The furnace fan whirs to life. I'm sorry, Natalie says after a while. I'm sorry I came here. I'm sorry I got you involved. You were dying in the snow. Maybe I should have died in the snow. Maybe that would have been better than bringing this to your cabin. To your son. Don't what? Don't do that. You were hypothermic and confused and I brought you inside. That was my choice, not yours. You touched me. You carried me. If this is contagious, then I'm already exposed. So is Liam. So we deal with it. She looks up. Her eyes are red from crying, but her face is still flushed, still burning. How do we deal with it? I don't know yet. My phone buzzes. 1 bar. Text message from emergency alert system. All individuals experiencing elevated body temperature above 102 degrees Fahrenheit or paradoxical heat sensitivity must isolate immediately. Do not attempt to cool down by going outside. Repeat. Do not go outside. Freezing temperatures will accelerate infection progression. National Guard medical teams will conduct welfare checks when weather permits. I read it twice, 3 times. Freezing temperatures will accelerate infection progression. Natalie reads over my shoulder. That's why I felt worse outside. That's why my temperature went up. Your temperature went up because you were hypothermic. No, Look at the message. Freezing temperatures accelerate infection. The cold makes it worse. That's why I felt like I was burning, because my body was fighting the cold. Fighting so hard it felt like heat. I'm thinking about thermodynamics, about heat transfer, about how a furnace works. Burn fuel, heat air, move the hot air through the system. About how a body works, burn calories, maintain 98.6, keep the core warm even when the extremities freeze. Your body's cranking the metabolic furnace to fight the cold. That's why your temperature's 104. That's why you feel like you're burning. So if I stay warm, your temperature might stabilize. But the message says isolate. You're already isolated. We're 15 miles from the highway. The road won't get plowed for days. We're stuck here until the storm passes. She stands up, walks to the wood stove. Liam's 2 feet away, still asleep in the sleeping bag. She holds her hands out toward the heat. This doesn't feel hot enough, she says. I know that's crazy. I know the stove's putting out, 500 degrees? But it doesn't feel hot to me. It feels cool. I check the thermostat on the wall. Still 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The Lennox is keeping up. The wood stove is supplementing. The cabin should feel comfortable, should feel warm. What if it gets worse? Natalie asks. She's still staring at the wood stove, at the flames visible through the glass door. What if my temperature keeps going up? What if I start feeling cold even inside? Then we adjust. We have blankets. We have the wood stove. We have the furnace. And if that's not enough, I don't answer. Outside, the wind howls. The cabin shudders. The lights flicker again but stay on. The Lennox kicks off. The furnace satisfied. The wood stove crackles. Liam wakes up. Dad, right here, bud. He sits up, looks at Natalie standing by the wood stove. You're awake. Yeah. Thank you for helping me. Dad helped you. I just got blankets. Blankets are important, she says. She's smiling, but it's wrong. Too tight. What's your name? Liam. Nice to meet you, Liam. He looks at me. Is she okay? She's sick. But she's okay. What kind of sick? The kind the TV was talking about. Temperature anomaly. His eyes get wide. She has it. Yeah. Are we going to get it? I don't know. Maybe. We'll deal with it. He nods. He's 12, but he's been through enough. The divorce. His mom moving. Weekends at the cabin with his dad who works too much. He knows how to deal with things. I'm hungry, he says. I make venison chili. The kind from the freezer that I made in October after the deer my brother got up near, or I heat it on the propane stove because the power might go out and I want to save the generator. Liam sets the table. 3 bowls. 3 spoons. We sit and eat. Natalie takes 2 bites and pushes her bowl away. Not hungry. It's too hot. The chili. Everything. The air. The food. My skin. Your fever's probably affecting your appetite. Probably. We eat in silence. Liam keeps glancing at Natalie. She keeps staring at her bowl. Steam rising from the chili. Her face getting redder. Finally, she stands up. I need to cool down. Don't go outside. I won't. Can I open a window? It's 4 degrees out there. Please. I think about the message. About freezing temperatures accelerating infection. About Natalie's 104-degree fever. About what happens if she opens a window and sits in the draft. 1 window. Bedroom. For 5 minutes. Thank you. She goes into the bedroom. I hear the window slide open. The sound of wind rushing in. Liam's watching me. Is she going to be okay, Dad? I hope so. What if we get sick too? Then we'll deal with it. How? I don't know yet, bud. But we will. He nods. Finishes his chili. I finish mine. From the bedroom, I can hear Natalie breathing. Deep breaths, like she's trying to drink the cold air. After 5 minutes, I go check on her. She's sitting on the bed. The window's still open. My bedroom's 20 degrees colder than the rest of the cabin. I can see my breath. Natalie, time to close it. Just a little longer. You'll get hypothermic again. Good. Let me get hypothermic. Let me freeze. That's what I want. That's all I want right now. That's the infection talking. Is it? She looks at me. Her eyes are bright, feverish. Or is it me talking? Me, Natalie Erickson, third-grade teacher, who feels like she's burning alive and just wants it to stop. Close the window. No. Natalie. I said no. Her voice is sharp, hard. This is my body, my infection, my choice, and I choose to sit here in the cold for 5 more fucking minutes. I close the window myself. She doesn't stop me, just sits there on the bed, shivering now, but her face is still red, still flushed. The cold makes it worse, I say. The message said so. Maybe I want it to be worse. Maybe I want it to be over. You have a daughter, Gwen, 8 years old. Her face crumples. Don't. You want to see her again? Of course I want to see her again. Then you stay warm. You stay inside. You fight this thing. How? How do I fight something that makes me feel like I'm burning when I'm actually freezing? How do I fight my own body? You don't fight it alone. We'll help you. She laughs. It's bitter. You're going to help me? You and your 12-year-old son? What are you going to do? Hold me down when I try to run outside? Lock me in the cellar. The cellar. I built it in 2005. 8 feet by 8 feet. Concrete block walls. Root cellar for storing potatoes and carrots and canned goods. There's a door with a padlock. I use it to keep mice out, but it would keep a person in too. If it comes to that, I say. Yes. She stares at me. You're serious. You tried to strip naked in the snow. Your brain thought you were burning when you were freezing to death. If that happens again and you try to go outside, yes, I'll lock you in the cellar. Because you'll be alive in the cellar. And you'll be dead outside. What if the cellar doesn't work? What if I get worse? Then we deal with that when it happens. She nods. Slowly. Okay. I'll stay warm. I'll stay inside. I'll try. We go back to the main room. Liam's by the wood stove again, watching The Empire Strikes Back for probably the 100th time. I add another log. The Lennox kicks on. The temperature's holding at 68, but it feels like it should be warmer. Like the cabin's fighting to maintain even this. Natalie sits on the pullout, wrapped in blankets, shivering, but her face is still red, still burning. Outside, the snow keeps falling. The wind keeps blowing. And somewhere in the dark, beyond the driveway, beyond the road, other people are feeling the same impossible heat. The same burning cold. I check my phone. No bars. No service. No way to call for help. We're alone. The power goes out at 2:37 a.m. I know because I'm awake. Have been since midnight. Watching Natalie sleep. Watching her breathe. Watching the thermometer I keep checking every 30 minutes. 104.9, 105.1, 104.8. It keeps climbing, keeps falling, keeps cycling. When the lights cut out, the cabin goes black. Then gray. The wood stove puts out enough light to see shapes. Liam's sleeping bag on the floor. The pullout with Natalie. The kitchen counter. My Silverado through the window with a foot of snow on the hood now. The Lennox stops. No more furnace fan. No more forced air heat. Just the wood stove now. I get up quiet. Check the breaker box by the bathroom. Everything's on but nothing's working. The whole grid's down. Storm probably took out a line somewhere between here and Grand Rapids. Could be hours. Could be days. I put on my Carhartt and my Sorels. Get the flashlight from the drawer. Mag light. The heavy kind. I go outside. The cold hits like a wall. The winds died down, but the temperature's dropped. The thermometer reads -2. Wind chills probably -15. The shed's 50 feet away. Might as well be a mile. I walk through snow up to my knees. Open the shed door. The generator's there. Briggs & Stratton. 7,500 watts. I built the transfer switch myself in 2006. I start the generator and it catches on the second pull. Let it warm up. Go back inside. Liam's awake. What happened? Power's out. Generator's running. Give it a minute. The lights flicker on. The Lennox kicks back on. The furnace fan starts. The house creaks, settles, returns to normal. Natalie's awake too, sitting up on the pullout. The blankets around her shoulders. How long? How long what? How long will the generator run? 30 gallons of gas. Maybe 40 hours if we're careful. Turn off lights. Keep the furnace on low. Don't run anything we don't need. Then what? Then we're on wood heat only. She nods. Doesn't say anything else. Just stares at the wood stove. At the flames behind the glass. I check her temperature. 105.4. It's going up. I know. I can feel it. You need to eat something. Drink something. Your body's burning calories like crazy. I'm not hungry. You need to eat anyway. I make oatmeal. Quaker oats. The instant kind in the packets. I add water from the Culligan jug under the sink. Heat it in the microwave. 2 minutes. The microwave's running off the generator. Burning fuel. Burning gas we might need later. But she needs to eat. She takes 3 bites. Pushes the bowl away. I can't. You have to. I can't. Each word separate. Angry. It feels like eating lava. Everything's too hot. Liam's watching from the floor. His sleeping bag pulled up to his chin. Okay. I say. Okay. Try water then. I fill a glass from the Culligan jug. Hand it to her. She takes it. Drinks. Grimaces. Even the water's too hot? Everything's too hot. I check the thermostat. Still 68. I turn it down to 65. The Lennox kicks off. The cabin starts to cool. Better. I turn it down to 60. The air gets colder. I can feel it now. The chill creeping in around the windows under the door. Liam pulls his sleeping bag tighter. Dad, I'm cold. I know, bud. Just for a bit. Natalie's unwrapping the blankets, letting them fall away. She's down to the flannel shirt now. Just the shirt and her jeans. Her face is red. Her arms are red. Even her hands. Is that better? A little. Maybe. My phone buzzes. 1 bar. Another message from emergency alert system. Infection progression follows predictable pattern. Stage 1. Elevated temperature. Paradoxical heat sensation. Stage 2. Increased metabolic activity. Temperature dysregulation. Stage 3. Behavioral changes. Compulsion to seek cold. Stage 4. Circulatory collapse. National Guard medical evacuation delayed due to weather conditions. Estimated response time. 48 to 72 hours. 48 to 72 hours. 3 days. I read it to Natalie. She doesn't react. Just sits there staring at the wood stove. What stage am I? You're stage 1 moving into stage 2. So I have what? Hours? A day? We don't know that. Everyone's different. Maybe you'll stabilize. Do you believe that? No. I don't know. Liam gets up, walks to the kitchen, gets a glass of water, drinks it, sets the glass down too hard, cracks but doesn't break. Liam, his hands are shaking. I'm just cold. Get closer to the wood stove. I don't want to get closer. She's over there. Natalie flinches like he hit her. Liam, I say. That's not. It's okay. Natalie stands up. He's right. He should stay away from me. We're all in the same cabin. Staying away doesn't matter now. Then why's the thermostat at 60? Why are you keeping the room cold? Because you said you were hot. So you're making your son freeze because I'm sick? Because I'm dying. You're not dying. Yes, I am. Her voice breaks. I'm burning up from the inside, and when I hit stage 4, I'm gonna collapse, and you know it, and I know it, and your son knows it. So stop pretending. Stop making him cold for me. I turn the thermostat back up to 68. The Lennox kicks on. Hot air starts blowing through the vents. Natalie starts peeling off her flannel shirt. What are you doing? I can't. The heat. I can't. She's down to a tank top now, her arms bare, her skin red and flushed and still burning. She walks to the bedroom. Where are you going? To open the window. I'm following her. The cold makes it worse. I don't care. I need to feel cold. Even if it kills me faster, I need to feel it. She opens the window. The bedroom air rushes out. The outside air rushes in. -2 degrees. The curtains flutter. She leans out, breathing. Deep breaths. Natalie, just let me have this. Please. I watch her, leaning out the window, her bare arms in -2-degree air. Her skin should be goosebumping, turning pale, but it's still red, still flushed, still burning. After 2 minutes, I close the window. She doesn't fight me, just stands there, shaking now, but whether from cold or fever I can't tell. I need to ask you something, I say. What? If you get to stage 3, if you try to go outside, if you try to run into the snow, will you let me stop you? She looks at me. Her eyes are wet. I don't know. That's not good enough. It's the truth. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what this thing will make me do. Then I need to prepare, just in case. The cellar. Yeah, the cellar. She nods. Slow. Okay. If I try to go outside, if I try to hurt myself, you lock me in the cellar. You're sure? No. But do it anyway. We go back to the main room. Liam's by the wood stove again. I add another log. The generator's humming outside. Burning gas. Burning time. My phone buzzes again. Text from Jenny Vega, my ex-wife, Liam's mom. Jenny, are you at the cabin? Are you safe? Me, yeah, we're safe. Power's out, but generator's running. Roads are blocked. You, Jenny? Duluth is under quarantine. They're not letting anyone in or out. Have you seen the news? Me, no internet. Just emergency broadcasts. Jenny, the infection. It's spreading. Thousands of cases. They're calling it cabin fever strain. Something about hypothalamus dysfunction. Makes people feel hot when they're cold. Me, I know. There's a woman here. She has it. 3 dots. Jenny's typing. The dots disappear. Appear again. Disappear. Jenny, you let an infected person into the cabin? With Liam? Me, she was dying in the snow. What was I supposed to do? Jenny, keep our son safe. That's what you're supposed to do. Me, I am keeping him safe. Jenny, by exposing him to an infected stranger? Me, she's not a stranger anymore. Her name's Natalie. She's a teacher. She has a daughter. Jenny, I don't care what her name is. Get her out of there. Me can't. Storm's too bad. Roads are blocked. We're stuck. Jenny, then isolate her. Put her in a different room, away from Liam. Me, it's a 1-bedroom cabin, Jenny. There's nowhere to isolate. Jenny, the shed, the cellar, anywhere. Me, it's -2 degrees. Jenny, so she dies. Better her than Liam. I stare at the phone, at the words. Better her than Liam. Like it's that simple. Like it's a choice between strangers and not people. Not Natalie Erickson who teaches 3rd grade. Not someone's mom. Me. I'm not putting her in the shed to freeze. Jenny, then you're choosing her over your son. Me, that's not what I'm doing. Jenny, yes it is. And when Liam gets infected, you remember this conversation. You remember I told you what to do. The texts stop. I try calling her. No service. I try again. Nothing. Liam's looking at me. Was that Mom? Yeah. What did she say? She's worried. She wants to make sure you're safe. What did you tell her? That you are. He looks at Natalie on the pullout. She's wrapped in blankets again, shivering. Her temperature probably cycling down before it climbs again. Dad, what Mom said about isolating her. She's right, isn't she? She is. If Natalie has it and we're in the same room and breathing the same air, then we're going to get it too. That's how infections work. That's what they taught us in health class. This might not be airborne, but it might be. And if it is, then we're already infected. All 3 of us. I don't have an answer, Because he's right. If it's airborne, we're already exposed, already infected, already counting down to stage 1. Natalie sits up. He's right. You don't know that. I don't know anything. None of us do. But if there's a chance that I'm contagious, then I should be isolated. Where? The bedroom? The cellar? No. Why not? Because you're a person. I'm searching for the word. Not a thing to be locked away. I'm an infected person. There's a difference. Not to me, there's not. She stands. Walks to me. Stands close enough I can feel the heat coming off her skin. Like standing next to a space heater. Listen to me, I'm going to get worse. We both know it. And when I do, I'm going to be a danger. To myself. To Liam. Maybe to you. So put me in the cellar now. While I'm still rational. While I can still agree to it. I'm not locking you in the cellar like an animal. Then you're killing your son. The words hang there. In the cabin. In the air. Killing your son. Liam's face goes white. Dad, nobody's killing anybody, I say. But my voice sounds wrong. Sounds uncertain. Natalie's still close. Still burning. The cellar has a door. A lock. I'll be contained. Safe. You can check on me. Bring me food and water. But I won't be in here. With him. I look at Liam. 12 years old. His mom's eyes. His mom's stubbornness. He's staring at me. Waiting. What if your temperature keeps going up? I ask Natalie. What if you need help? Then you help me. But from outside the door. What if that's not enough? Then it's not enough. But at least Liam's safe. I check the cellar. Haven't been down there since October. The steps are concrete. 12 steps down. The walls are concrete block. The floor's dirt. There's shelves with canned goods. Green beans. Tomatoes. Peaches. There's potatoes in a bin. Carrots in sand. There's a camping cot from 2008. An old sleeping bag. A lantern. The batteries are probably dead. The door's solid oak. 2 inches thick. I built it myself. The lock's a master padlock. Number 5. The heavy kind. I've got the key on my ring. It's cold down here. Maybe 40 degrees. Warmer than outside, but not by much. There's no heat. Just concrete and dirt and cold. This is where I'm going to put Natalie Erickson. 3rd grade teacher. Someone's mom. I bring down blankets. 4 of them. The camping cot. The sleeping bag that's not Liam's. The lantern with fresh batteries from the shed. A bucket because there's no bathroom down here. A roll of toilet paper. A jug of water. 2 granola bars. It looks like a prison cell. Natalie comes down the steps. Looks around. It's perfect. It's a cellar. It's away from Liam. That makes it perfect. She sits on the cot. Tests it. The springs creak but hold. She wraps herself in the blankets. The sleeping bag. She's still shivering. How's your temperature? She hands me the digital thermometer. I check it. 106.1. That's too high. I know. We need to get it down. How? Everything I do makes it worse. Staying warm makes it worse. Going cold makes it worse. There's no winning. I don't have an answer. I'm an HVAC technician. I work with thermostats and heat exchangers and airflow. I don't work with human bodies, with infections, with temperatures that should kill but don't. I'll check on you every hour. Okay, if you need anything, I'll yell. You'll hear me, probably. She looks at me, really looks. Thank you for not leaving me in the snow, for bringing me inside, even if it was the wrong choice, even if it gets you sick. Thank you. You're welcome. I go up the steps, close the door. The oak is heavy, solid. I put the padlock through the hasp, click it shut. The sound echoes. Liam's at the top of the stairs. Is she okay? She's okay. Are we going to get sick? I don't know, bud. I hug him. He's 12, but he lets me. Holds on tight, like he's 8 again, like he's small again, like I can still protect him from everything. But I can't. I couldn't protect him from the divorce. Couldn't protect him from his mom moving. And I can't protect him from this. From cabin fever. From whatever's burning through Natalie Erickson's blood right now. We sit by the wood stove. Watch the fire through the glass door. The generator hums outside. The Lennox blows hot air through the vents. The thermometer reads 68 degrees. Feels cold. Natalie starts screaming at 4:15 a.m. I'm dozing in the recliner. Liam's asleep on the floor. The fire's burned down to coals. The generator's still running. Still burning the last of our gas. The screaming comes from below. From the cellar. Raw. Animal. Not words. Just sound. I'm down the steps before I'm fully awake. The padlock's still locked. The door's still shut. But I can hear her through the oak. Screaming. Pounding. The sound of the cot being thrown against the wall. Natalie. The screaming stops. Silence. Then her voice. Wrong. Too high. Too fast. Let me out. What's wrong? You have to let me out. Your temperature's up? I don't know. I don't care. I need to get out. I need cold. Please let me out. I can't. Please. She's pounding on the door now. Both fists. The oak shudders. Please, 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 I'm burning, I'm burning. The pounding stops. I hear retching. The sound of vomit hitting dirt. Natalie, no answer. Just breathing. Ragged. I'm coming in. I unlock the padlock. Open the door. The cellar air hits me. It should be cold. 40 degrees. But it's warm. Hot even. Like opening an oven. Natalie's on the floor. The cot's overturned. The blankets are everywhere. She's stripped down to her tank top and underwear. Her jeans are in the corner. Her skin's not red anymore. It's bright red. Crimson. Like sunburn but worse. Like her blood's trying to escape through her pores. She's shaking. Full body tremors. Her eyes are closed. Natalie, can you hear me? Her eyes open. They're wrong. The pupils are dilated. Huge. Eating up the blue. Cold. Please. Need cold. I take the infrared thermometer from my pocket. Point it at her forehead. Pull the trigger. 108.3 degree F. That's not compatible with life. That's seizure territory. That's brain damage territory. That's death. But she's alive. Conscious. Talking. You're at 108. Good. Let it go higher. Let me burn up. Let me die. You're not going to die. Why not? Why won't you let me die? Because I already decided. Back when I found her in the snow. Back when I carried her inside. I decided she lives. Even if it costs me. Even if it costs Liam.
You go upstairs.
Liam's awake now. Sitting on the floor. Listening. Stay here. I fill a bucket with cold water from the bathroom sink. The pump's running off the generator. Burning our last gas. I don't care. I carry the bucket downstairs. Natalie sees it. Your temperature's 108. You need to cool down. I dump the water on her. She screams. Curls up. Shaking so hard her teeth chatter. But her skin's still crimson. Still burning. It's too hot. The water's too hot. It's cold water. Straight from the well. It's boiling. It's burning me. I touch the water on the floor. It's cold. Maybe 40 degrees. But to her it feels like boiling. The infection's not just making her feel hot. It's reversing everything. Cold feels hot. Hot feels cold. Her brain's wiring is completely destroyed. I need you to listen to me, I say. Your brain's confused. What feels hot is actually cold. What feels cold is actually hot. Do you understand?
No.
Yes. I don't know. The water I just poured on you. It feels hot. Yes. It's actually cold. 40 degrees. That's why you need it. Your body needs to cool down. But it feels like fire. I know. But it's not. You have to trust me. She's crying now. Full sobs. Her body shaking. I can't. I can't do this. You have a daughter, Gwen. 8 years old. What would you tell her if she was sick? If she was hurting? I'd tell her. Her voice breaks. I'd tell her to be brave. So be brave. I dump another bucket on her. She screams again but doesn't fight. just lies there, shaking, crying, burning. I check her temperature, 107.9. Still too high, still deadly, but going down. Liam's at the top of the stairs, looking down. Dad, the generator stopped. Fuck. I go up. Listen, he's right. The hum's gone. I go outside. The generator's dead. The fuel tank's empty. 30 gallons lasted 31 hours. We're out of gas, out of power, out of heat except for the wood stove. The Lennox won't run. The lights won't work. The water pump won't pump. We're on our own now. I check the wood pile. 23 logs left. Maybe 2 days worth if I'm careful. After that, it's the furniture, the cabinets, whatever burns. Inside, Liam's standing by the dead Lennox vent. It's getting cold. I know. How cold will it get? Depends. If I keep the wood stove going, we can keep it around 60. Maybe 55. What about her? He points at the cellar door. What about her? She's down there, in the cellar, with no heat. What happens when it gets cold? I don't answer, because I know what happens. The cold makes the infection worse, accelerates progression. Stage 2 to stage 3 to stage 4. Circulatory collapse. She'll die down there. We bring her back up. I say, what? We bring her back up. Keep her warm. By the wood stove. But Mom said. I don't care what Mom said. We're not letting her freeze to death in the cellar. But if she's up here, then she's up here. We'll deal with it. I go down to the cellar. Natalie's on the floor, shivering. Her skin's still crimson, but the shaking's worse now. The temperature in the cellar's dropped. Maybe 35 degrees. Without the generator, there's no heat. The concrete's sucking warmth out of the air. Out of her. Natalie, can you walk? Cold. So cold. I know. We're going upstairs. By the fire. Fire. She says it like a prayer. Yes. Fire. I help her up. She's dead weight. I get her arm over my shoulder. Half carry, half drag her up the steps. Liam holds the door open. We get her to the pullout. I wrap her in all 4 blankets. The sleeping bag. Everything. She's still shaking. Her teeth chattering. Her lips pale. I check her temperature. 107.1. It's going down, Liam says. Yeah, that's good, right? I don't know. I add 2 logs to the wood stove. 21 logs left. The flames catch. The heat builds. Natalie stops shaking gradually. Her breathing slows. Her eyes close. Is she asleep? Liam asks. I think so. What stage is she now? Stage 2. Moving into stage 3. When does she get to stage 4? I don't know, bud. How will we know? We'll know. He sits on the floor, cross-legged, watching her. I've been thinking. About what? About what Mom said. About choosing her over me. You know she's right. Liam, let me finish. She's right that you're risking me to save Natalie. But I've been thinking maybe that's okay. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Risk ourselves for other people. Even strangers. She's not a stranger anymore. No. But she was. When you carried her inside, she was. And you did it anyway. You helped her anyway. Of course I did. Not everyone would. Some people would have left her in the snow. Let her die. Kept themselves safe. Those people are assholes. He laughs. Small. Quiet. Yeah, they are. We sit there, watching Natalie sleep. Watching the fire burn. The cabin's cooling. I can feel it. The cold creeping in through the windows. Through the floor. Through the walls I insulated myself in 2003. Through every gap I never quite sealed. My phone buzzes. No bars, but the message came through somehow. Emergency alert again. Final update. National Guard medical evacuation suspended due to severe weather conditions. All individuals in affected areas are advised to shelter in place and maintain isolation protocols. Infection mortality rate estimated at 67%. Stage 4 circulatory collapse is fatal without immediate medical intervention. God bless. God bless. Like that helps. Like prayer stops infection. Like faith keeps people warm. 67% mortality. 2 out of 3 die. Those aren't good odds. Those are terrible odds. Those are the kind of odds where you make peace, where you say goodbye. I look at Natalie sleeping on the pullout, at Liam sitting on the floor, at the wood stove with 21 logs left, at the cabin I built in 2003 with my brother-in-law who died in 2011. I think about choices, about carrying infected strangers inside, about locking them in cellars, about bringing them back up, about choosing to save them even when it might cost everything. Jenny was right. I am choosing Natalie over Liam, not because she matters more, but because if I let her die in the cellar, I become someone else. Someone who locks sick people in cold rooms. Someone who chooses safety over humanity. And I can't be that person. Not even to save my son. Not even to save myself. Maybe that makes me stupid. Maybe that makes me a bad father. Maybe Jenny's right and I'm killing Liam by keeping Natalie here. But I carried her inside. I made that choice. And I'm living with it. Natalie wakes up at 6:47 a.m. The cabin's 54 degrees now. I'm down to 19 logs. The sun's coming up, but it doesn't help. The storm's still going. Still snowing. Still blowing. The Silverado's buried. The woodpile's buried. Everything's white. Natalie sits up. Looks at me. Her eyes are clear. Clearer than they've been. I can feel it. My heart's wrong. Beating too fast. Skipping. My chest hurts. My arms are numb. That's stage 4. Circulatory collapse. How long? I don't know. The message didn't say. Hours? Minutes? Hours probably. She nods. Calm. Too calm. I need you to do something for me. What? When I die. When it's over. Don't let Liam see. Take him outside. Or into the bedroom. Somewhere he can't see. Okay. And call my daughter. When the phones work again. Call Gwen. Tell her I love her. Tell her I was thinking about her at the end. You can tell her yourself. No, I can't. We both know I can't. She's right. Her lips are pale. Her fingernails are pale. Her skin's still crimson, but there's a blue tinge underneath. Cyanosis. Not enough oxygen. Her heart's failing. Her lungs are failing. Everything's failing. I'm sorry, I say. For what? For not saving you. You did save me. I should have died in the snow. Instead, I got 2 more days. I got to be warm. I got to meet you and Liam. That's more than I would have had. It's not enough. No. But it's something. Liam gets up, walks to the pullout, sits next to her. I'm going to die soon. I know. I want you to know something. Your dad's a good man. One of the best. He saved my life even though it put him at risk. Even though it put you at risk. Not everyone would do that. He's my dad. That's what dads do. She smiles. Small. Yeah, that's what dads do. Her breathing changes. Faster. Shallower. Her hand goes to her chest. It's happening. What do you need? Nothing. Just stay with me. Don't let me be alone. I'm here. Me too, Liam says. We sit with her. On either side. Her breathing getting worse. Her heart racing. Skipping. I can see it in her neck. The pulse jumping. Irregular. Failing. She looks at me. Tell Gwen. I'll tell her. Tell her I love. I'll tell her. Her eyes close. Her breathing stops. Her chest stops moving. Her pulse stops. Natalie Erickson. 3rd grade teacher. Someone's mom. Dead at 30-something years old from cabin fever strain in a cabin on Serpent Lake in northern Minnesota. I check her carotid. Nothing. I check her wrist. Nothing. She's gone. Liam's crying. Quiet. His shoulders shaking. I put my arm around him. Is she really dead? Yeah. Are we going to die too? I don't know. He wipes his eyes. How will we know? If we're infected, we'll start feeling hot when we're cold. Our temperature will go up. We'll want to go outside. When will that happen? I don't know. Could be hours. Could be days. Could be never. What if it's never? Then we got lucky. What if it's not? Then I have to choose. The same choice Natalie made. Lock Liam in the cellar to keep him safe from himself. Or let him go outside. Let him walk into the snow. Let the cold take him while his brain tells him he's burning. But I don't say that. I just hold him by the wood stove, with Natalie's body on the pullout, with 19 logs left, with the storm still raging outside, and I wait for the heat that feels like cold, for the cold that feels like heat. For stage 1, it's been 6 days. The storm stopped on day 3. The National Guard got through on day 5. They came in Humvees with medical teams and body bags and infrared scanners to check for survivors. They took Natalie's body, wrapped in plastic, tagged, loaded into a truck with 17 others from Serpent Lake area. 17 people who went into the snow thinking they were burning. 17 people whose families will bury them later. When the ground thaws, when things are normal again, except things aren't normal, won't be normal. Liam didn't get sick. I didn't get sick. We were exposed for 3 days straight, breathed the same air, touched the same surfaces, helped her when she was dying. And we didn't get it. The National Guard medic said we got lucky. Said cabin fever strain isn't as contagious as they thought. Said some people have natural immunity. Said we should feel grateful. I don't feel grateful. I feel numb. The cabin's at 68 degrees. I got the power back on day 4 when the roads cleared enough to get to town. Bought 10 more gallons of gas for the generator. Got it running. Got the Lennox going. Fixed everything. Everything except the things I can't fix. Liam's sleeping on the pullout now. Not the floor. He won't talk about Natalie. Won't say her name. Just sleeps where she died and doesn't complain and doesn't cry anymore. He's 12 years old and he watched someone die and there's nothing I can do about that. Jenny came up on day 5 with the National Guard. Tried to take Liam back to Duluth. I said no. She said I was keeping him in a death house. I said the cabin's not a death house, it's just a cabin. She said she's getting a lawyer. I said get a lawyer then. She left. Liam stayed. He didn't want to go with her. That's what he said. He wanted to stay with me. I don't know if that's true or if he just didn't want to leave the cabin. Didn't want to go somewhere new where he'd have to explain what happened. Where he'd have to be the kid who watched someone die. I called Natalie's ex-husband. Got the number from the school district. Told him what happened. Told him she died thinking about Gwen. Told him she was brave. He said thank you. Said the funeral's next week. Said I'm not invited. Said Gwen doesn't need to meet the man who couldn't save her mother. I didn't argue. He's right. Couldn't save her. Carried her inside and kept her warm and dumped cold water on her and held her hand when she died, but I couldn't save her. 67% mortality rate. That's what the final numbers said. 2,314 cases in 3 counties. 1,547 deaths. Cabin fever strain. Caused by a mutated prion that attacks the hypothalamus. Makes the brain read temperature signals backwards. Makes cold feel hot. Makes hot feel cold. Makes people strip naked in the snow while their core temperature drops to 70 degrees and their hearts stop. No treatment. Some people recover if you keep them warm enough long enough. Most don't. The ones with the highest fevers die first. The ones like Natalie who hit 108 degrees. Their brains cook from the inside while they beg you to let them freeze. The CDC says the outbreak's contained. Says the prion doesn't spread easily. Says it probably came from contaminated venison from a chronic wasting diseased deer. Says it won't happen again. I don't believe them. I don't believe anything anymore. I'm working again. Morrison Mechanical needed me back. Furnaces don't fix themselves. People need heat. People need their thermostats to work. Need their systems running. Need 68 degrees or 70 or whatever makes them comfortable. I show up. I fix the furnaces. I check the ductwork. I replace filters. I test thermostats. I do my job. But every time I see a thermostat reading, I think about Natalie's 108.3. Every time I check skin temperature with the infrared gun, I see her crimson face. Every time someone says they're too hot or too cold, I stop breathing for a second. Wonder if it's starting again. Wonder if this is stage 1. Liam's seeing a therapist in Grand Rapids. Every Tuesday. Jenny's paying for it. The therapist says Liam has PTSD. Says he's showing signs of anxiety and depression. Says he needs time. Says he'll heal. I don't tell the therapist that Liam sleeps on the pullout where Natalie died. That he keeps the thermostat at 65 because anything warmer makes him panic. That he checks his temperature 6 times a day with the digital thermometer. That he carries it in his pocket. To school. To the cabin. Everywhere. I don't tell the therapist because the therapist would want to fix it. Would want to make Liam stop checking his temperature. Stop sleeping on the pullout. Stop being afraid. But being afraid is smart. Being afraid is correct. Being afraid is what keeps you alive when the next outbreak happens. When the next prion spreads. When the next person shows up in your snow feeling hot while they freeze. Jenny's lawyer sent papers. She wants full custody. Says I exposed Liam to unnecessary danger. Says I chose a stranger over my son. Says I'm unfit. Maybe she's right. Maybe carrying Natalie inside was the wrong choice. Maybe I should have left her in the snow. Let her die alone. Kept Liam safe. But then I'd be someone who leaves people to die. And Liam would know that. Would learn that. Would become that. So I made the choice. And we lived. And Natalie died anyway. That's what I can't get past. The anyway part. She died anyway. All that risk. All that exposure. All that fear. And she died anyway. Her body temperature was 108.3 degrees when I dumped the last bucket of water on her. The CDC report says nobody survives past 107.5. Says the brain can't function. Says cellular breakdown is irreversible. Says she was already dead, I just didn't know it yet. But she was talking. She told me about Gwen. About her daughter. She was a person right up until she wasn't. That's what haunts me. Not the dying part. The person part. How she was Natalie Erickson, 3rd grade teacher who loved her daughter and taught phonics and bought groceries at the Target in Aitkin. And then she was crimson skin and pale lips and a body in a bag. That's what I can't stop seeing. The moment between person and not person. The moment her chest stopped moving. The moment her eyes stayed closed. Liam was there for that. Saw that. He's 12 years old and he knows what death looks like now. Knows it's not like the movies. Knows there's no music. No speeches. Just breathing that stops. Just a person who becomes a body. I should have sent him to the bedroom. Should have done what Natalie asked. Kept him away. But he wouldn't go. Said he wanted to stay. Said Natalie shouldn't be alone. And I didn't force him. Didn't protect him from that. Another way I failed him. The custody hearings in March. Jenny's lawyer wants Liam to testify. Wants him to say he felt unsafe. Wants him to describe watching Natalie die. Wants to use his trauma as evidence against me. Liam says he's not testifying. Says he's staying with me. Says mom doesn't understand. Says mom wasn't there. He's right. She wasn't there. She was in Duluth in her apartment with Dale the pharmacist. Safe. Warm. Away from the infection. Away from the choice. She didn't have to decide whether to carry Natalie inside. Didn't have to watch her temperature climb. Didn't have to dump cold water on her while she screamed. Didn't have to hold her hand while she died. She didn't have to do any of it. So she doesn't get to judge me for doing it. But she will. The judge will too, probably. Will ask why I didn't isolate sooner. Why I didn't call for help. Why I let an infected woman near my son. I don't have good answers. Just the truth. That she was dying. That I brought her inside. That I couldn't save her, but I tried. That's not enough for a custody hearing. For a judge. For Jenny. But it's enough for me. Has to be. I'm at the cabin now. Liam's at school. This Tuesday, so after school he's got therapy. I've got 3 hours before I pick him up. 3 hours alone in the cabin. I should be working. Got 4 service calls today. 2 furnaces, 1 thermostat, 1 ductwork inspection. But I drove out here instead, to the cabin, to Serpent Lake, to the place where Natalie died. The pullout's gone. I took it to the dump on day 7. Couldn't stand looking at it anymore. Bought a new couch from the Salvation Army in Grand Rapids. Blue fabric, springs that don't creak. The memories are still here. In the walls, in the floor, in the air. I can still see Natalie by the woodpile, smiling, saying she's fine, saying she's warm, her jacket hanging open, her face too red. I can still feel her arm under my hands, burning, 104 degrees through her flannel shirt. I can still hear her screaming in the cellar, pounding on the oak door, begging me to let her out, let her freeze, let her die. I can still see her on the pullout that last morning, her lips pale, her fingernails pale, her skin crimson and blue, her breathing shallow, her eyes clear, telling Liam his dad's a good man, one of the best. She was wrong about that. A good man would have saved her. A good man would have figured out how to stop the infection, how to bring her temperature down, how to keep her alive until the National Guard arrived. A good man wouldn't have let her die in his cabin while his son watched. But I did. I let her die. And now I have to live with that. I check my temperature. 98.2 degrees. Normal. Same as yesterday. Same as every day since the outbreak ended. Liam's is normal too. 98.4 this morning before school. He checked it 3 times. Made me check it twice. Made me promise I'd tell him if I start feeling hot. Made me promise I won't go outside without him. He's terrified I'll get it. That I'll walk into the snow thinking I'm burning. That he'll wake up and I'll be gone. Frozen in a drift somewhere. Blue and pale and dead like Natalie. I promised him I won't. Promised him if I get any symptoms I'll tell him immediately. We'll go to the hospital. We'll get help. We won't wait. But I'm lying. If I get cabin fever strain, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not exposing other people. I'm not becoming Natalie. Not making someone else watch me die. I'm walking into the lake. Into Serpent Lake. Through the ice if I have to. I'll feel like I'm burning. My brain will tell me the water's too hot. But I'll keep walking. Until the cold takes me. Until my heart stops. Until I become a body instead of a person. That's my plan. If it happens. When it happens. Because I don't believe the CDC. Don't believe the outbreaks contained. Don't believe the prions not spreading. Something that kills 67% of people it touches doesn't just stop. Doesn't just go away. It waits, mutates, spreads. It's still out there. In the deer, in the meat, in the blood. Waiting for the next person to eat contaminated venison. Waiting for the next outbreak. The next quarantine. The next emergency broadcast telling people to stay inside while they burn. And when it comes back, I'm not dragging Liam through it again. Not making him watch another person die. Not making him choose between his father and his safety. I'll just walk into the lake. Simple. Clean. Over. That's the plan. I don't tell the therapist. Don't tell Jenny. Don't tell Liam. That's the plan that keeps me going. Keeps me checking furnaces. Keeps me testing thermostats. Keeps me driving to the cabin on Tuesday afternoons when I should be working. Because if I know how it ends, if I know I won't make Liam watch me die, then I can keep going. Can keep being his dad. Can keep failing him in smaller ways instead of the big way. The Natalie way. The wood stove's cold. Hasn't been lit since day 6. I should light it. Should get the place warm for next weekend when Liam comes back up. But I can't. Can't put logs in. Can't strike the match. Can't watch the flames catch. Because lighting the wood stove means Natalie died for nothing. Means we're just going to keep using the cabin. Keep pretending it's not a place where someone died. Keep acting like normal, but it's not normal. Will never be normal. This cabin's a grave now. A marker. The place where Natalie Erickson's heart stopped while her body burned at 108 degrees. That's all it is. All it'll ever be. My phone rings. 1 bar. It's the shop. Morrison Mechanical. They need me for an emergency call. Furnace down at the elementary school in Aitken. Kids are cold. Can I take it? Aitken Elementary, where Natalie taught, where her classroom probably still has her name on the door, where her students probably still ask when she's coming back. I should say no, should tell them to send someone else. But I say yes. Say I'll be there in 40 minutes. Say I'll get the heat back on, because that's my job. That's what I do. I fix furnaces. I restore heat. I make sure people don't freeze. I couldn't save Natalie. Couldn't keep her warm enough. Couldn't stop her heart from failing. But I can fix a furnace at an elementary school. Can make sure her students don't freeze. Can make sure someone's kids stay warm even if I couldn't make hers grow up with a mother. It's not enough. Will never be enough. But it's something. I drive to Aitken, to Woodland Elementary, park in the lot. 3rd grade teacher. That's what Natalie said. Woodland Elementary. The office lady shows me to the mechanical room. Says the furnace quit around 11. Says the kids are wearing their coats. Says can I fix it? I can fix it. It's a Carrier. 20 years old. The flame sensor's dirty. Carbon buildup. 15 minutes to clean it. Furnace fires right up. Hot air through the ducts. Temperature rising. Kids getting warm. The office lady thanks me. Says I'm a lifesaver. Says the kids appreciate it. I don't tell her I'm not a lifesaver. I'm the opposite. The person who couldn't save Natalie Erickson when she needed saving. The person who dumped cold water on her while she screamed and watched her die and didn't do enough. I just nod. Say you're welcome. Pack my tools. Leave. In the hallway there's a bulletin board. 3rd grade class. Mrs. Erickson's class. Except her name's crossed out. And underneath, in different handwriting, Mrs. Patterson substitute. The bulletin board has drawings. Crayon pictures of winter. Snowmen and ice skating and kids in puffy coats. Normal things. Safe things. Things that don't burn you from the inside while you freeze. One drawing has a teacher. She's wearing a purple dress. She has yellow hair. She's smiling. At the bottom in kid handwriting, I miss you, Mrs. Erickson. From Aiden. I miss you too, Aiden. We all do. I leave the school. Drive back to the cabin. Pick up Liam from therapy. He's quiet in the truck. Staring out the window. How was it? What did you talk about? Stuff. What kind of stuff? Just stuff, Dad. I don't push. The therapist says not to push. Says Liam will talk when he's ready. Says forcing it makes it worse. So I drive. And Liam stares out the window. And we don't talk about Natalie. Don't talk about the cabin. Don't talk about the custody hearing or the outbreak or the temperature checks or any of it. We just drive. Like normal people. Like people who didn't watch someone die. Like people who don't carry thermometers in their pockets and check their temperatures 6 times a day and sleep where bodies used to be. We drive like we're fine, but we're not fine. Won't ever be fine. We're Russell and Liam Vega, HVAC technician and 7th grader, father and son. The people who couldn't save Natalie Erickson but tried anyway. The people who live with that failure every day, every hour, every moment. The people who know that warmth isn't safety, that heat can kill, that your brain can lie to you while your body dies, that 68 degrees on a thermostat means nothing when your core temperature's 108 and dropping. We know all that now. We'll always know it. We'll never unknow it. That's what cabin fever strain took from us. Not our lives, not our health, not our bodies. Our ability to believe that warm means safe, that inside means protected, that doing everything right means people survive. Took that, and we can't get it back. So we drive, and Liam stares out the window, and I count the days until the next outbreak, the next infection, the next time I have to choose between helping someone and protecting my son. We'll carry them inside. We'll try to save them. We'll fail, because that's who I am. Russell Vega, HVAC technician, father, the man who couldn't save Natalie Erickson, the man who will spend every remaining day trying to make up for that. Fixing furnaces, restoring heat, making sure other people's kids stay warm. It's not enough, but it's all I have.